Hey friends, this week we are going to be reviewing trigraphs. Remember, trigraphs are patterns that have 3 letters that come together to make one sound. We know that this part of the word, tri, means 3, just like a triangle has 3 sides. On digraph, that di part of the word means 2, but trigraph means 3. So 3 letters that come together to make one sound. We have 3 trigraphs that we've learned this year. We don't have as many trigraphs because there aren't as many of them as there are digraphs. So our first one is the IGH trigraph. The second one is the TCH trigraph. And the third one is the DGE trigraph. Now this one, IGH, is a vowel digraph. Why do we call that one a vowel digraph? That's right, because it makes the long I vowel sound. So, like all trigraphs, I underline it. I cross out the G and the H because I don't hear those letters. They're just there to help. And I put a macron above the I because it makes that long I sound. These two are called consonant trigraphs. Why? That's right, because they make a consonant sound. So the TCH makes the ch sound. I cross out the T because I cannot hear it. And the DGE makes the J sound, that JG. So remember, don't forget to put a dot over him. That one is really easy to forget, so I wanted to make sure we pointed that out. That G is making the J sound, so it gets that J dot. It's that soft G, J. And I cross out the E and the D because they're just there to help. Now, IGH is pretty easy when you're spelling with it. We know a lot of IGH words. We have night, might, flight, high, sigh, a lot of different IGH words, and they're pretty simple to remember. But TCH and DGE were a little bit trickier. Why were those two trickier? That's right, because there are other patterns that make the same exact sound on the end of a word. The CH digraph makes the same exact sound as the TCH trigraph, and GE on the end of a word made the same sound as the DGE trigraph. Why could that be a problem? Right, because if you hear them, they're making the same sound, so how do you know which one to use? Of course, we have a rule for that. Thank goodness, because otherwise it would get really tricky. So, who remembers, when do we use that TCH trigraph on the end of a word to make the ch sound? Awesome job. After a short vowel. So I'm going to put a V here for vowel and put a macron over it to show short vowel TCH. When do we put a CH on the end of a word to make the ch sound? That's right. After a consonant. So I'm going to put a C for consonant, like in the word lunch. That N comes right before the CH. Or after a vowel digraph or a diphthong, like OO. Like in scooch. Can you please scooch over a little bit? That OO sound. Or OU, like couch or pouch. So we know it's a TCH when we have a short vowel right before it. Now, what about DGE and GE? When do I put the DGE trigraph on the end of a word to make the J sound? That's right. Just like TCH, DGE comes after a short vowel right before it. Like in the word Bridge. I have a short I, so I would put a DGE after it. Now what about GE? That's right. So GE can come after a consonant like lunge, L-U-N-G-E. It can also come after a vowel digraph or a diphthong, like sponge. I'm sorry, that would be a consonant one. Scrooge, O-O-G-E. And it can also come after, this one has one more that this one doesn't have, a long vowel, like cage. C-A, long A, G-E. So those are our 3 trigraphs that we've learned this year, and the special rules that the TCH and the DGE use so that we know which one to use when we hear it at the end of a word.